Hi, welcome to episode 3 of The Recovering Artist. Today I'm going to talk about what RSI has taught me over the past 5 years of having it. Okay, the first thing that I learned from RSI is how to listen to my body and to respect my body. Because I used to be able to do things that I would take for granted, and now when I want to do them, I have to make sure to be very careful not to overdo it, not to strain my muscles, not to have bad posture. I am on the road to recovery, but I'm not out of the woods yet. So having that extra sensitivity, I gained it from an unpleasant thing. It is positive in the fact that I'm making sure that I do not hurt myself as I'm on the road to recovery. The second thing that RSI has taught me is that your body has an amazing ability to heal, and that RSI is not a sentence. It is treatable. You can get through it. You can recover. Your body can bounce back. You just need to give your body what it needs. And one of the places that I recommend for people that need help like I did is to check out the Damany Center. They offer personal coaching to help you get through and recover from your illness. And I have a review on the Damany Center. I will link it in the description below. The third thing that I learned from having RSI is how to say no, how to protect yourself, okay? Because people that aren't injured, they don't see that you're injured on the outside unless you tell them that you can't do a thing. They might ask for help, and you might want to help them because you don't want to say no to make them mad at you or something. But if you work past your own limits and comfort, you're gonna regret it in the morning, okay? Because what happened to me was basically after the watering can incident, and if you want to know more about the watering can incident, you can watch episode 1 of my RSI story. So the watering can incident, the literal day after, I had to help clean out my sister's apartment, and I was scrubbing a dirty stove with my injured hand and arm. And I knew it didn't feel right. I could feel the inflammation, but I was too afraid to say no and stand up for myself. And after that, my right arm was very unhappy. I think it made the injury from the watering can incident even worse. So take some words of advice from me. Make sure if you have RSI, you need to make sure that you are respecting, protecting your body when you're in this current state of your RSI journey. Like if you just had it, or you've had it for a while, and you have to be careful that you don't have a flare-up. You gotta make sure to stand up for yourself. The fourth thing that RSI has taught me is that a lot of RSI's trauma and anxiety is in your head, okay? You have to have the right mindset when you're going into this for recovery. When I was first dealing with it back in 2021, I had a very bad mental state. Back then I didn't know the cause and the source of all my problems. And so I was catastrophizing. I was making mountains out of molehills. And I did end up needing some therapy. And I recommend, if you have issues in that area, to seek some professional help, because it does help. But when it comes to your recovery, if you got to have a positive attitude, because sometimes you can get discouraged because it seems like no matter what you do, it's just you're stuck. And you have to know, I guess one of the things that helped me was I made sure that I did all the techniques and therapies that I was given, and I knew that I was doing everything I could to help, and I trusted the process. So having the right mindset is definitely key to recovering from RSI. The fifth thing that RSI taught me, which kind of ties in with the mindset thing, is consistency. Because if you're not consistent with your heat therapies and your stretching and your nerve glides, then you're not going to have results, okay? In the early days, I did not understand how important it was to make sure I got in all of my heat therapy sessions. And I was kind of struggling, and I was getting upset and feeling disheartened. I decided to zero in and focus a few weeks later into my program, and I started to see results. So definitely learning the value of consistency when it comes to working on your recovery from RSI is very important. And that is what I have learned from RSI over the past 5 years. If this video is helpful to you in any way, I would please ask you to like, comment, and subscribe on my video, and subscribe to my channel as it helps my channel grow. Thank you, and I'll see you later. Bye.